Is up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com. And how's it going? I am back doing a live. I haven't done one in a while, so hopefully, if you're here, you stay around, watch, comment, do all that fun stuff. But either way, I do want to talk today about a little bit of um, 2022, 2023, because the new year is here. It's happening. Things are changing. The world is changing. What are you doing differently in 2023 than you are doing now? That's what I want to know. Austin Grubbs is here. He asked if I'm live from prison. People don't like my window. It's true. I have a green screen setup behind this, but I don't want to turn my whole monitor around. So yeah, it's like The Office. So I know, right? No, but anyway, Austin's in Texas, by the way. His seasons don't really change as absolutely as much as normal. So as much as normal people. So he may not have a big plan, but I was talking to some people who are Massachusetts. I've been talking to people who are in Utah, people who are in where's the other guy that I was just talking to? I was just probably talking to, and I'm sorry, somebody else. But we were talking about like what are we doing different for this year? So I would love to know. I just cracked my lip, by the way. I would love to know from you, what are you doing different in 2023 that you didn't do this year? How are you going to be bigger and better, plan, all that good stuff? Facebook user, dig the specs. I need to get on there. Thank you. You're probably in pro group and it didn't populate the name, so I apologize. But what's up, Carlos? Fellow Jeep fan, by the way, the guy who makes every episode ever. So yes, absolutely. Call me later and text me whatever. Put in your order. I would love to do that. Love to do that. I'll put my number up on the screen. But anyway, so here's the thing. Where do you guys think that the economy will go from here? If we did 9% inflation this year, where is it going to go next year? Like, are we going to get better? Or are we going to get worse? Are we going to do whatever? And I don't want to necessarily open up politics. That's not what I'm looking to do. But I'm looking to get your honest ideas and answers because I'm telling you, things will be different. It's going to be changing from this year. I just am not smart enough to know which way it's going. But I do think there's some things that are going to be changing. Now, in your business, if you did say $100,000 this year, which by the way, it's close enough to the end of the year. I love this question. My favorite question of the year is if you're here and you're watching, comment at your gross numbers, not your net, just your gross numbers so far this year and what percentage you are above last year. I'd love to hear that. But what's going to change? What's going to make your company different, stronger, bigger, better, whatever next year? And is the economy going to come into play? I don't like to talk the economy because you never really know. But I'm telling you, if 9% inflation is happening, that means prices are raising up 9. Or my theory, I always do 2% above inflation. My prices for window cleaning are going to raise 11% next year, which is absolutely nuts. But I want to know, what are you doing this year, next year? Are there services? What are you doing? I'd like to know. Nick Stafford, what's up, man? Hello, good day, Jersey. One thing I'll be doing this year is going paperless. Dang, ink is so pricey, but overall streamlining the process, saving you more money. I like it. I like paperless. The concept in paperless in general is really, really efficient because it's now. The other thing is if you're doing receipts or invoices or any of that stuff and you're using programs that are giving you, letting them purchase. So Stripe, if you're using QuickBooks, if you're using any type of accounting software, is literally a click. When you're done with the job, you send it over, they can pay right there. You don't have to go back and forth. You don't have to do anything extra. That's a big one. That's a big one. When I started window cleaning, the talk was like people putting these little micro printers in their car so you can get it printed. Crazy. Crazy. Um, But oh, Nick said he just got the spinning wheel of death. So yeah, maybe I have the spinning wheel of death. Looks good on my side, so I don't know what the heck's going on. But what are you doing? What services are you adding? Are you adding any services? I'd love to know that too, because let's be honest, you don't want to be a jack of all trades, but you kind of want to master what you're doing. So in window cleaning, there is gutter cleaning, there is house washing, concrete, pressure washing in general, there's roof cleaning, there's screen repair, there is scratch restoration. There's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different things that are out there. Which one of those things are you going to do or add on? And because we're in the year or season that we are now, uh, Christmas lights have been huge, huge. Just one thing that I'm not really scared of the economy because Christmas lights have been so big this year. If you're doing Christmas lights, you know Christmas lights have been absolutely amazing this year. Christmas light installation, I've heard some amazing stories. So it's really, really, really catching on. I know in my neighborhood alone, or like my city, I have probably 4 or 5 different companies I see yard signs for. So it's getting a little saturated, I imagine, but a lot of people, if it's getting saturated, that means there's a lot of people out there willing to do it. So, um, yeah, that's a big one. Nick just said that. By the way, I'm back. What's up? He said I just added solar panel cleaning and house washing. Nice, nice. Solar panel cleaning is an easy one. Solar panel cleaning is literally just windows that are flat. Windows that are relatively flat, and you can clean them. Plus, it helps with efficiency. Windows, it helps with the view, but it doesn't help with anything. Efficiency's helped on the solar panels. So that's a great add-on. What's up to Joshua Birdsell, by the way? What's up, man? But yeah, doing the house washing side of it too. House washing is huge. You can pair house washing with your windows and you can upsell windows. You can get people who want to do windows, but then upsell house washing. House washing is a great add on. That's probably one of my absolute favorite add ons for window cleaners. It's just so easy to just transition to make that happen. So I'm a really, really, really big fan uh, of that. So by the way, Spotless Pain, what's up? Spotless Pain is watching on YouTube on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, because you know that's what they say. But he said that focusing more on residential than storefronts. So he's moving away from storefronts, or at least his focus is. What are you guys doing as far as commercial, route, and residential? Are you going more towards one or the other? And I would love to know if you're watching still, why are you going away from route? What's the idea there? I love doing all of them, and I know a lot of you do all of them. So, um, yeah, it's pretty common to do all of it. I know there's also people who don't do route at all, which I would not like. Route's great. Route is really nice to just kind of fill in those spots. So anyway, what's up to Sean Johnson, man? What's up? How are you? Marcel. Marcel says hello from Germany. I have a question. Has your order situation in the US also decreased? Um, I'm not quite sure the specific question. Order situation. No, if you're talking about supply chain stuff, it was a blip for a couple of weeks, but we have always had the largest inventory window cleaning supplies, to my knowledge, in the world, and everything that we have is paid for up front and in our warehouse. So um, that's just kind of how we do things. But it's nice to have complete control of the stock situation. So right now we are good. The only things that are still out in the supply chain issue is going to be sorbo rubber, and there is sorbo rubber is really the only main one. But there's a couple other things we're seeing with Ederay and some other sleeves, I believe. It's kind of getting back under control. But yeah, sorbo rubber. I don't know what they're doing with the rubber, but they're just absolutely just gone. I don't know. We get a couple in, they're gone in an hour. It's nuts. So everything's pretty good on that end, supply chain wise. Lockdowns and things like that aren't happening here now, and yeah, just seems like business is normal now. back to that economy real quick. Economy, that may change. So I can't speak on that. But Joshua Birdsell said, we're selling gift cards for Christmas. We do $150 for $100. Those are good. Gift certificates in general are really nice to do. I did a kiosk, did not work out. But yeah, gift certificates are good. I wish WCR here we did gift certificates. The logistics of it is just screwy, just because we have to enter the gift certificate in all that stuff. So maybe at some point we'll have gift certificates, but it's a great idea. Sean Johnson just said, I feel like you pull out a power washer out of your truck. You look like an amateur, but many do. Um, I don't know. I don't know that I agree wholeheartedly on that. We did have a trailer setup. We did have flatbed setups. But I also had pressure washers in a lot of the trucks. And if the gear is right, I think that it still really makes a lot of sense. I think if the gear is right to pull that out, I think it makes a lot of sense. But See Clear, what's going on? See Clear just said howdy on YouTube. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe there. But it's Jersey WCR Nation, yeah, on YouTube. Anyway, I don't think pulling out a unit, as long as it's decent, is necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, I've sold jobs just strictly on how awesome those big rigs are. So I really do like that. Joshua said I do both, but they like residential more. This goes back to residential route, that type of thing. Which one you like or do more? But he likes residential more. Residential is a big ticket right now. Here's the money kind of thing. Route is just like Nick said. Route's a filler work and winter fun, and that's what it is. That route gets filled. Route is what we use to fill in the slow times. Because if it's raining, snowing, or whatever, you're doing route. It's as close to guaranteed as you could possibly be. So, yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Definitely a good one. C Clear just said, is it worth investing in a 10-gallon per minute pressure washer? Is it much faster? I'll tell you that I can tell you. This is C Clear on YouTube, but it is not twice as fast as a 5-gallon a minute machine. And I'll tell you why. There's a certain point where you're rinsing as fast as you can, your body can't move as fast or faster, right? If you had a 100-gallon a minute machine, you necessarily wouldn't clean, 20 times faster than a 5-gallon a minute machine. So there is kind of a saturation, and there's a certain point too where at a 10-gallon a minute machine, you need to use a buffer tank, and the size of your buffer tanks, you need a vehicle that can move that much water. And at 10 gallons a minute, a faucet comes out at say 4. That means you're using 6 gallons a minute out of that tank. How fast are you depleting that? So 10-gallon a minute machine was great. I had it spliced into 2, so the 2 guns ran at one time. That was for fleet cleaning. But I'd rather have 2 dedicated machines at 5 each than 110. That's just me. Yes, a 5 will be way faster than a 4, which sounds stupid, but it is 5.5 over a 4. And an 8-gallon a minute machine is also very fast. But the bigger you get, the it kind of tapers down into how fast you can kind of clean. So I don't know. It is faster, but it's not worth the extra water weight, and all that stuff. So, but if you're watching and you're a pressure washer and you use 10-gallon a minute, tell me about it. That's my thoughts. Joshua Birdsell just said storefronts in my area want the cheapest guy typically, and we are more a luxury service, so we charge more and we get better clients from the experience. That's why I steered away from many of the storefronts. Yeah, that's what you do here is if so route takes so much longer to build up. That's really the big part because you can make just as much money per hour in production on route than you can on houses. But it takes a long time to build that route up. If you do every single job in a town, that means you just go next door, do it, next door, do it, next door, do it, next door, do it. You're going to make great money, but it's building that route up. So yeah, a lot of people kind of bail off on route for that reason. So I can see where that is, Josh. Nick just said WCR is the spot for window cleaning supplies. I did for years. WCR is great all around. You, me, Steve, the window cleaner, good things for the industry. So that's awesome. Stevo is absolutely amazing, except he's a hashtag 2 clip guy, which means he's wrong, but is what it is. Ryan Fuster on YouTube, by the way, the man himself, Mr. Thumbs Up. He's there. So what's up to Ryan Fuster? But yeah, you know what's kind of crazy too is with content in general and just helping people. Like we still try to be a resource. We're window cleaning resource. It's in our name. So we do try to put out a lot of stuff that is just a resource for people. So I'm glad that you see that. We have big things happening in WCR. We have people coming on. Austin is coming on full time. So he's another really, really huge asset for the company. And then we have another new guy that's kind of moved around too. So should be pretty interesting year. By the way, we're talking about everything we're talking about, but one of the things was what we're going to do next year that's different than this year, and that's one thing is we're just going to be trying to. We're in our new warehouse, so there's a lot more things just to streamline stuff. So um, yeah, the more we can do, the better we feel. But Josh just said we don't normally offer pressure washing, but if someone asks, we tell them that we have a glorified hose pipe that we can wash the dust and spider webs, set the customer expectation. 100% set the customer expectation. That's the right thing to do. And when I was in Wisconsin, I've seen algae in Wisconsin one time, like probably more than one, but I was there to wash, and it was a spot about the size of a football. It just didn't grow in Wisconsin. In North Carolina, where I am now, every single property, anywhere, every sign is covered in green. So yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need to clean to that degree um, if you don't have algae. You're just really rinsing off that and the spider web. So spot on there. Sean just said I just have or I just leave it to the companies that specialize in pressure washing, but it would be a nice add-on. Yeah, you don't have to do everything. I'm telling you, I feel like if you don't do pressure washing, they'll find somebody who does pressure washing, but then that person will do window cleaning. And you end up losing it. So in my brain, it's nice to do both. At least that's what I think. C Clear just said, Ryan Fuster just said 2 clips. 2 clips, Ryan? That's not from YouTube. But C Clear just said, Luke here from C Clear. That's who C Clear is. Great show. Dolphins are one of my favorite animals. So it's interesting. It's interesting. Thank you. By the way, as you can tell, sometimes I don't read the stuff before I mention it. So, but anyway, I appreciate it from Josh. He's got to run. Thank you guys for everybody's watching. Thanks on the YouTube, all that stuff. But yeah, let's talk about it. Keep the conversation going. Hopefully, we'll be on again tomorrow, and we'll just keep talking about what we're doing a little bit different. If you guys got questions, shoot them my way. And of course, that's my number on the bottom of the screen. So let me be your rep. Shameless plug, you know that drill. And then I don't have a magazine here, but get the American Window Cleaner magazine. If you haven't yet, it's awcmag.com. Go get that, and it would be absolutely amazing. Go do that. But until tomorrow, either way, we will see you then, and be epic.